Directito. Este juego que lo empecé el otro día y la verdad no está mal para ser gratis, que me lo regalan con el Plus. Y ya que estamos casi en Halloween, pues vamos a jugarlo un poco. Turno de noche será esto. Continuar. El juego se ve rarillo un poquillo, pero bueno, es gratis y está bien, ¿sabes? Gratis, pues entre comillas, ¿vale? Ahora iba a decir qué pasa, que no carga, ¿sabes? Se va a quedar con la música, pero supongo que es así. Encima tarda en cargar este juego, no sé por qué un poco. Joder, que me galan, tío. Vale. Reponer. No puedo reponer.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
No me acuerdo ni cómo se maneja, o sea... Vamos a ver.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swan wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
¿Qué le digo? Aquí no hay nada, no hay antisépticos. Me voy a hacer la pregunta, ¿no?
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
La entrada al final del callejón.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
A ver cómo se manejaba, porque ya jugué el otro día y no me acuerdo ni cómo se maneja. Ha dicho al final del callejón una puerta o algo. Esto era para esto, vale. Esto para, no sé. Para marcar. No me acuerdo ni cómo se pegaba esto. Que no me salen los botones. Voy a ver por aquí donde marca eso. A ver, estoy llegando.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate.
Se escuchan cosas,
Find somebody.
gritos y todo. Vale, a ver si me acuerdo. Porque es que no sé por qué tengo puesto. Bloqueo, ataque. Vale, pero me quiero. ¿Por qué tengo los dos? Que no lo entiendo. Voy a ir así porque, yo qué sé. Si los pudiese cambiar, sería más fácil, ¿no? Vamos a coger cosas también. En verdad, como es casi Halloween, pues el juego pega, ¿sabes? Marca sitios por aquí. Pero claro, por aquí marcaba también algo. No sé. Subiré arriba al igual. Ya se me momento arriba. Y aquí hay un enemigo de estos. Me he equivocado de botón por eso, ¿no?
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Madre mía, es un poco sangriento, pero bueno. Y a este se le ha cargado.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
La llave del sótano. Que es lo que he visto antes. Hostia. No me acuerdo cómo era para esquivar. Vale, así. Marcarla así. Vale, ya me acuerdo. Pero...
Balls of Mars, fortifiers.
Me falta una, ¿no?
Popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself.
Subir arriba un momento. Sé que tengo que bajar abajo. Por el sótano. Y voy a tener que bajar. ¿Qué ha sido eso? Ahora habrá sonado esto.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Voy a cambiarme a esto. Porque quiero ver si le hago eso, lo puedo... ¿Qué mierda? No la puedo morder, ¿no? Ahora. Un poco raro esto.
It's locked.
Investigaciones. No entiendo nada. Detalles. No sé. Está
Mr.
complicado.
Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Eso ya es un poco más complicado. Buah, un bot de estos. Necesito balas, ¿sabes? Joder.
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
No. La putada es que antes podía pegar fuerte y le pegaba, no entiendo cómo hacerlo. $93. Bueno, creo que puedo hacer estos poderes. Vale, pero estoy... Joder. Creo que es arriba. Esto lo tengo mal, ¿eh? Porque yo quiero pegar esa... Claro, me sale esto, pero... Esto lo voy a tener que poner así. Es una mierda con esto así. O ponerle... Voy a poner así, a ver. Claro, con esto pegaba así, entonces con eso sí que lo voy a hacer bien. De esta manera... Ah. Este es muy lento, eso es muy lento, o sea, ese no. Y este puedo cambiar el arma, esta. A ver. Claro, pero a mí me gustaría ponerle esto. Pero es que eso no va bien. Qué lío. Yo quiero poner la escopeta ahora porque yo tengo balas del otro. Bueno, vamos a ir así. No sé si es que tengo que salir fuera o no. Es que me ponía ahí en otro lado. No entiendo. No sé si entiendo los comentarios.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them here!
infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. It's locked, all right. It's locked. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
Thoughts in your heart.
My blood and soul.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, Nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, Sora, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. It's locked, all right.
Must prove what we are capable of. It is now on.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett in our situation?
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
The patients are not fools. They know we are over.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days. house in the East End.
I cannot enter.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Never could keep anything from her.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm ready.
You always need the words to calm the children.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Vale, estaba hablando solo con el mute puesto.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning
Quiero
your
matar.
recent
Antes al principio mataba más, coño.
to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp.
Supongo que
The
más
lady who
antes, pues.
saved me that night.
Bueno, cuando pase esta parte,
Before
igual.
vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Joder, tengo que ser de hablar. Ajá. Es ahí dentro, ¿no?
Medication. What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts is a poor sod's vein.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Hay uno parece que está arriba y otros también, ¿no? Bueno, el otro está 9, 8, 5, 4, 3. No sé, no entiendo nada, es un poco lioso esto. Un poco bastante.
It's locked. I cannot enter.
Qué lío. Bueno, creo que voy a dejar directo aquí este juego para subirlo, no, porque es complicadillo. Y hay que darle mucha de esto, aunque mola cuando empieza a luchar y eso. Pero como es un vampiro y cuando tenga más poderes, más nivel y sea más intenso, no tan historia así, pues habrá que subirlo más. Bueno, subirlo, no sé. Quiero mejorar algo. Tácticas. Vale. Recuperación. Ejercer movimientos orientados sobre el objetivo. Algo de bocado. Yo creo que esto es lo suyo. Aumenta la regeneración de vida. Para cuando muerde, ¿sabes? Este. Vale, de momento lo voy a dejar así. Ya no puedo mejorar nada más. Iniciar, confirmar, confirmar. Confirmar. Un momento de mirar. Hola, buenas. Pues no sé, lo veo raro porque habla mucho. Y yo al principio no paraba de matar, ¿sabes? Pero ahora es que tengo que estar buscando todo el rato. Me está agobiando un poco, ¿sabes? Y todo el rato hablando ahora, ¿sabes? Cuando antes no hablaba casi nada. Pero bueno, supongo como todo juego, ¿no? Que hay que farmear y todo, parece. Muchos materiales o algo. Muchas gracias. No pasa nada. Aún ni lo he celebrado por eso, pero bueno, ya lo celebraré. Lo tengo que celebrar con la familia, pero como no pueden venir aún. El juego está bien, ¿sabes? Pero quiero luchar y no paran de hablar. Ya. Pero bueno, están esos títulos al menos. Están los subtítulos. A ver, el juego se ve interesante. Y más siendo gratis, ¿no? Entre comillas. Pero... al principio estaba matando un montón, ya no paran de hablar, me está poniendo la cabeza que no vea. Supongo que es normal, ¿no? Que al principio tengas que hablar así. Pero, y también va un lío con esto de las letras. Ahora, a lo mejor podría haber pasado. Me hago un lío que flipas. Una marca abajo. Otra marca para allá. Es un poco lioso. La verdad. Sí. Aquí estoy cerca de uno, me pone, pero... ves que no lo entiendo aún, la verdad. Hay uno que marca que fuera. Enfermera, encuentra a la enfermera, ¿no? ¿Ves? Todo eso encuentra. Una rata en el hospital, encuentra a la enfermera, no sé qué. ¿Esto está bugueado o qué cojones es esto? Porque lo estás viendo, me pone todo lo mismo. Ah, bueno, no, son diferentes nombres, pero joder. Encontré la enfermera tal, encontré la enfermera tal, encontré la enfermera tal. Y aquí ciudadano en peligro, que estaba antes, es que no lo entiendo de verdad. No entiendo el juego aún. Escondite. Es un poco rarillo. También me bajé el de coche está guapo también. Se ve bastante real de coche. O sea, tengo ahora un montón de enfermeras. Que mira que hay enfermeras y no encuentro... Bueno, esta es una, pero no creo que sea...
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
No, pregunta. Que si ya me pierdo por el hospital, te lo juro.
It's locked.
Y es que esto como para directo, para jugar solo te lo vas tomando con calma sin hacer directo, pero... Esto es lo de antes. Pero bueno, cuando le pille rollo viaja aquí el directo y ya seguiré jugando. Cuando le pille rollo pues ya... Al principio me mola un montón, pero es que ahora me está rayando porque tengo que estar buscando todas las enfermeras ahí que me pide y todo, ¿no sabes? Pero el rollo que trae de vampiro y eso está guapo el juego, la verdad, no está mal. Así que un saludo y hasta luego. Ya subiré otro día otro juego. Si voy avanzado, pues ya subiré esta. Hasta luego, Isma.